There's no magic marker that's going to hide that, is there?
No. Sorry.
Luca, make it happen.
Make it happen. So, we are here today. Me, Luca, and our Rachel with our Amy. A.K.A. Angelcasts.
Hello. Thank you for joining us.
Which studio are you in, Amy?
One, and I'm not sure of the numbers of the other one.
No, because I need to speak to Gary about it because he has... yeah, that's another story. Because it's confusing me as well.
10A or 10B.
I think you're
One
10B,
and another.
will be 10B. But it's all going very confusing. That's another story. But anyway, there you go. Anyway, thank you for joining us, sweetie.
So explain, Angelcasts, there's you and then there's Angelcasts. How do you want to be presented here today?
What do you mean?
Well, is it you or is it Angelcasts? You're the idea behind it, aren't you? It's your thing, and then it became Angelcasts, yeah?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I guess it's always me, and it's always Angelcasts, really. I mean, pretty much live and breathe it. That's not really much of a separation.
Was it always Angelcasts called Angelcasts from the start? Oh, I thought it was you making your stuff, and then it became Angelcasts.
No.
Okay.
It's always been
Ignore me.
The jewellery you do under Angelcast as well.
Yeah. Everything comes under Angelcasts, really.
So explain to us what Angelcasts is and what you create as part of that.
So Angelcasts is, I guess, essentially a bespoke casting service. So I can be casting anything from pets to pregnancy bumps to breast bums, but then it can also go into jewellery. So I'll do a lot of like fingerprints and pet print textures and transfer that into like solid gold and silver. But I also work with artists to make bespoke sculptures and things. So if they can't cast it themselves, say they've done a clay sculpture or something like that, then I will mould it and then cast it into different cold cast metals or bronzes and things for them. So essentially it's a lot of casting with a lot of different materials and things, but it's kind of essentially just making things happen for people, really.
How long have you been going? No.
Oh, I should know the answer to this. I guess how old's my daughter? So it would be coming up to 13 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because before that, I used to be a prop maker for film and theatre.
Yeah.
So that's where I got all the casting skills from. And had a pretty good career, to be honest. I worked on some really cool projects. But as soon as I was pregnant, that was kind of it, really.
Why was it then?
Because in a lot of the studios and things, like the health and safety is not great there anyway. So, and most people won't really want to risk assess you within like working with dangerous chemicals, machinery. Like I was working sometimes, 36 hours straight with no sleep or break really, other than like a food with the team to kind of prep you and go, yay, isn't this fun? And you're like, it's amazing. And then at the end of it, you're like, oh, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
So to do any of that pregnant. Plus also I knew other people who lost their jobs through having children and things like that. So I pretty much knew that I needed to think on my feet and do something different. So, and that's where Angelcasts kind of got created, really.
Right. But I find that really like quite surprising and problematic that so people can't really be pregnant in that industry, or like they couldn't sort of like, I don't know, was it like on a freelance basis?
Be ways that you could work around it. I just knew enough people who had be careful how I get into it.
Okay.
Yes. So kind of
workplace adjustments, not really a thing, or
not really. No.
Okay.
I mean, there's always someone fresh out of uni who can then come and take your place for a cheaper rate and things like that. Anyway, so I mean, which one are you going to go for? The one that it suddenly gets tired and can't do the crazy hours that you want them to do, or
Is this up in
throwing
Manchester? Is this in Manchester?
No, this was in London.
In London.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just funny because it's funny that you would mention that that's where it came from, that transition, because I was talking to somebody else about this and how in the arts or creative industries, or a lot of industries that are in, kind of around that area, the expectation of like excessive working hours and like, going above and beyond is so commonplace. And so, I think I was talking to somebody else who's got children, and, she was saying that, there just had to come a point where it was like, well, that's not really going to be me anymore, kind of thing, and even in her particular case, it was actually like she could get workplace adjustments, but the pressure of feeling like you ought to do more and everyone around you is doing more and going above and beyond was enough for it to feel not right. So it's interesting. But so you changed course. And tell us about that then. Starting Angelcasts, was it at home or?
Yeah.
Kitchen table?
It was very much a kitchen table, to taking over the kitchen, building a workbench in my kitchen, which my partner wasn't very happy about to begin with. Yeah, you always have like play dates and friends over, and you're like, oh, how do you feel about having giant naked sculptures around the house? It's fine, isn't it? Yeah, it's a kind of interesting one to. But yeah, and then it grew to a couple of sheds in the garden and working out of that. And then had a home studio for a bit. But because we rent, it got complicated. And then eventually I found here. And that has been absolutely amazing, to be honest. Because actually working from home, like I'm always busy with clients and I meet a lot of people. And that's what I love about my work, is the people I meet are incredible. But it is actually very lonely. You spend a lot of time just
I can understand that
on your own, just making stuff. And then when I was at home fitting it around the kids, I'd be like, all right, as soon as they're asleep, work, and then stay up late in the evening working, and then
not easy.
No,
you have to separate it. You do have to separate it. How did you do your jewellery though? Did you self-taught or did you?
Yeah, I taught myself all the jewellery, really. Everything else I've pretty much trained in. But the jewellery I just, taught myself.
Wow.
And was the jewellery almost like to be an addition to what you did, but in like almost like a smaller kind of takeaway form almost? Because I know it's like fingerprints and things.
I think I've always really enjoyed the idea of making jewellery anyway. I just hadn't really explored that option when I was sort of looking at casting. But casting is very similar to sort of casting with jewellery and things as well. But at the time, I had ended up starting to do a lot of memorial work and things like that. So it just seemed that with the service that I was offering, to be able to help cast people's hands and little ones and things like that, to be able to offer that as an addition.
How did you come about that?
What,
just
doing
the
the memorial work?
Stuff, yeah. Did someone come to you or?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first time I really did it was actually for my partner's granddad. He asked me to get some fingerprints and see if I could do something with it. And then from there, for a while, I was just sort of meeting people and doing sort of end of life castings and things like that.
That must be really hard.
Yeah.
Really difficult.
It's not easy, whether it's end of life or deceased or anything like that. It's incredibly hard. Yeah.
It's a very intimate thing all round though, whether it's end of life or if it's a baby bump or even just a person's like anything about a person, a fingerprint or anything is very, very intimate, isn't it? Like,
well, definitely, because it's a true copy of a moment of someone. And I think the significance of it is, people coming to you at a vulnerable time, and it always will be a vulnerable time, even if it's a celebration of like, a new baby or you're pregnant and things. It's such a, I don't know the word for it. It's such a huge moment in their lives, like, to be able to be that person to sort of support them, go through that with them. Because a lot of these pieces take quite a long time to make as well. You could be working and chatting with them for 3 months. So you see kind of like this amazing and beautiful window into someone's life and a part of their journey. And then quite often, clients will come back to me, if I did a pregnancy cast, then I might do little baby feet, or I might do holding hand sculpture for family or jewellery. So I know some clients for about 13 years now, and we've gone through all sorts of things together. So it's.
Oh, bless you.
That's gorgeous. That is gorgeous.
Crying all the time.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's plenty of times you might see me and I'll be like head down because I've just been in tears in the studio because I've been working on something that's made me feel really sad.
Yeah.
From the transition from, because you were doing puppets and props and things like that, is that correct, with television prior to Angelcasts?
Yeah.
What was the decision then to go into stuff like that as opposed to maybe making your own I don't know, other types of props and things? What was the decision to go into like body casting and that kind of thing?
I guess I've always liked figurative sculpture. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love to make some more of my own stuff.
Yeah.
But what surprised me actually was obviously I've been training and doing life casting and stuff, and then been doing it in props for making armour and all sorts of things like that.
Right.
But when I went to mother care, obviously as like a new mum and things like that, and you could see like the feet and things you could get. And the quality was so bad. So
what do you mean, the feet that you can get at mother care?
so you used to be able to get sort of like baby castings, baby feet or little hands
little
and
things
framed.
They were nasty. They were nasty, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, the quality wasn't good, and there was no option to sort of make it your own.
Right.
And that was the thing that I thought, gosh, like people deserve more and better as well for what you're paying for, because I know the quality you can get, and so that kind of pushed me to go, well, I could maybe do that. I could, that would work around the kids, and it did. I mean, I remember 2 weeks after I'd had my son, I then had plenty of parents and babies coming into the house and casting them. In fact, my daughter was, I remember her just cracking up once because we had triplets and a set of twins and something else, and she just stared at the floor and was like, there's babies all over the floor. And I was like,
babies.
Yeah, it's gone a bit hectic, but it's all good.
Did they enjoy
She was about
it?
3.
Did they enjoy that? Did you cast them? Yeah.
Yeah, I've cast them, although ashamedly I haven't actually done anything with their casts. They are just kept in a box, safe to do something with one day when I have time.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is there also a part of you that kind of doesn't want to get it wrong if it's casting for your own family, or?
No, I think it's just time. It's just time. If with clients and things, I spend a lot of time having to travel up and down the country and things, and there's always the fact that, whether it's memorial or you're doing an art project for someone, there's usually never enough time. So you're kind of running around between that. And then also I'm trying to make sure that, that the kids have some contact. I don't just live here.
Been fed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Chris is pretty good.
Alive.
Chris is a star, bless him. He's a star.
Sorry, I'm just reaching down to get my water bottle.
What do your kids think of what you're doing? Do they just get really embarrassed, or do they just chuffed what you're doing? Or
I don't know, to be honest. I did ask them. I was like, "Oh, do you think you would work and do what I did?" And they instantly went, "No." I was like,
it's not a proper job.
Yeah. There's aspects that I know that my daughter's drawn to, so she quite likes the idea of airbrushing, and she wants to help decorate a load of chess pieces that I'm making at the moment. So I think they're interested in it, but I think they just take it for granted.
Yeah.
They've grown up around it. They have conversations with me like, Mum, can you please take the 16 Buddhas off the table, because they're all staring at us when we come down the stairs. So I'm not sure what exactly I'm raising them in, but they seem all right.
They seem all right. Living and breathing.
Yeah.
I think I would have quite liked to have been surrounded by that. But then you always say that, don't you? And then is it, No, it's interesting.
Yeah.
What's your favourite material to cast in then? Because I understand there's a few different... Is that correct? Or is it like a finish? Because you have lots of different finishes. When I've interacted with your artwork, it's had different finishes. It's what I'm trying to say, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it can range anywhere from polished metal to sort of chrome fiberglass to, more vintage sort of ancient patinas and things. I don't necessarily think I have a favourite. I think I just love making sure that the piece that's been made, it works with that finish and that patina and what the client wants. And
what's a patina?
So patina is like, you know, when you look at like bronze sculptures, if they're outside and they get all sort of like green and turquoisey down the end. So patina is known as the patination. So it's the oxidization of metals and things like that. So you can get real patinas that you can apply to bronze sculptures and cold cast metals. And it will give them all sorts of amazing, beautiful effects to bring out sort of blues and greens and rusty colours. Or a lot of people I know just airbrush paint over them, and so they give the image like a false patina, so it looks like a patina, but it still gives a lovely effect. So, but I think each piece I work on, you know, it's never the same. Even if it's this, you know, a set of hands in a similar colour, the positioning, the style, the story behind it, it's never the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
but do clients get that? Though they are different. They will be different, but it makes it all unique, though, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. And people love that. I think, you know, that's the draw of it, and that's why a lot of people are drawn to casting as well, because it's not just buying a piece of art; it's turning a moment into more. So
turning a moment into more.
That sounded so silly, didn't it?
No, it's great. I love it. I love it. That's great. I'm going to go back to the early, because I find it really fascinating. What year was it then that you started Angelcasts? Can you remember that?
It would have been 2012.
I'm just trying to think of like
2012.
What the world was like, what marketing was like, what, you know, like how did you market what you were doing? How did you get out there so that people knew what you had to offer? I just think it was a different world. Was Instagram a thing then?
Instagram was just kicking off.
Just kicking off.
It was, because it was 2011 I started Cabbages and Nettles, and it was just kicking off.
I was a bit late to Instagram, to be honest.
It was a lot easier then.
Yeah,
it is now.
It was.
Oh, I can.
Hell of a lot easier.
And you had more true engagement as well.
You did,
like I find it really hard to follow people that I'm interested in or clients. I have to actively search people's handles, which obviously you can't really remember them all. So I end up with windows of not seeing anyone for ages. And then I'm like, oh, hello. Quick, like your stuff so I can see it again.
Yeah, that's funny, isn't it? I can never remember people's things, and then I'm trying to. It's really annoying that Instagram doesn't have like a search function for like. You know, if I'm typing in like, if I type in like women's wear, for instance, like it will only really come up if they've put that as like a part of their name. But if it's like some really obscure and they've not like explicitly made it clear that that's what they do.
Or like lists on Twitter. That was the one good thing with Twitter is you can create lists, and I would make lists of people that I could follow and just check their content and see. I think that would be really good.
Oh, and I forget to save things on Instagram so that I can go back and see that person. I find that really frustrating now as well.
I know how to save stuff, but I don't even know where the save stuff is.
It's hard to find. Instagram, sort it out. Sort it out.
Hard.
Like you have to go like into your profile and then up at the top bit. You know, it's all a visual thing. I couldn't even tell you. It's really hard. So
hard.
then it wasn't Instagram then. It was, what was it? Was it Facebook? Was it, how were you advertising?
Yeah, I guess I had Facebook and Twitter, and then I had a late blooming Instagram profile. I mean, I've got quite a good presence on Twitter and Instagram now, but I don't know, I think it worked in the early days more because I was a young mum. I had kids. I was meeting other parents, and I was just going about sort of, you know, going to a lot of the places where people would be. And then at that point, it started off just on a small scale, and then it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And now I can make giant sculptures in people's gardens. And I don't know.
Oh, that's cool.
No, I just find it really interesting that it's been going as long.
You're doing really well.
Yeah. And
to keep it all going, you're doing very, very well.
Yeah.
Well,
very well.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, I have to look at it as like, there's like 3 different stages, really. There's like the main stage where, you know, I wasn't necessarily having to be the solo financial earner. That was, you know, it was more about being able to stay creatively true to myself with the idea of being able to earn and essentially be the main carer for the kids.
Yeah, of course.
And so then it moved into like actually being a solo earner kind of company. And that's really only in its infancy, because I started going for that, unfortunately, obviously, as soon as lockdown hit. I just made the new home studio, and that was supposed to be like, yay, launch. And then obviously everything shut down. And things got complicated. So I would say only since moving in here has it been like sort of, well, I've been here two
years. 22?
Yeah.
A bit longer, maybe.
22?
Yeah. So like maybe like a year before that. So it feels like it's only really kind of 3 years old at this point in the business.
Yeah.
Whereas before that, it's just different stages.
Yeah, and we had a conversation when I came and visited your studio a little while ago, and I was like, so it has taken time, because I think sometimes people don't see that, do they? The back bit, like
no, they don't.
The trialing, the trialing, the trial, the trialing, the failing, the like, the constant like having to pull yourself back up and keep going with it, and losing sight of what the vision is, and then having to try to find that again. Do you have any? Were there any times where you were like? I mean, I'm sure maybe there were, I think, for everyone, but specific times where you were like, I don't think this is going to work. I'm going to actually have to stop doing this, or?
Yeah, that was just before I moved in here, to be honest. Because I'd essentially was working from home, but we were renting at the same time. That was a really hard move, because obviously you have like a fairly well-established business at that point that just survived COVID, to then try and find a new place. And I don't know, it was complicated. I don't really want to get too much into it, but that was definitely a point where I had to really look at it and go, is this going to be viable? The rental market has changed an incredible amount. Rents doubled in places. So at which point then I very nearly came close to just going, actually, let's just not. Yeah. But then I looked at everything that I'd done and how far it had come, and I thought, no, I can't, not at this point. And I'm so glad, because it's been so good since.
Yay!
But it was a proper roadblock where it's like I could go either way. Which way is it going to go? And I'm really glad I went the way I did. So
cool.
It's so brave.
It is.
Honestly.
Especially with children.
Yeah, I think it's amazing.
It's not easy.
If I was on my own, I'd be very different. But when you know you've got kids to factor in, and
of course,
making sure they can, continue at the same schools and different bits, just basic stuff. Yeah. It's, kids always make it more complicated.
Oh yes, they do. yes, never gets easy.
KUPOD is Oldham's only professional podcast production company. Last year, we helped local businesses and charities share the full impact of their stories and reach new audiences across Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube and more. Our fully equipped studio is available to hire to take your video and audio podcast to the next level, and our team is on hand to help with everything you need to create your very own show. If you're in North Manchester and want to talk to the passionate podcast professionals, visit KUPOD.co.uk. KUPOD. Be sound. Can I just chirp in for a second? Because you're my neighbour. You're just down the road.
Oh, yeah.
down the way. So I don't see much of people, of everybody who comes on to do the podcast. But what you were saying before, I've got a question, but also I've got an observation about how hard you work. Because you do work really, really hard.
Yes, you do.
I know you can see, because I know you're here.
Okay.
And I can see, and it's a case of sometimes
kids,
of like,
how do you do? I mean,
you're schlepping buckets up and down this corridor, because I can see sometimes when you're like, I can see that you're really tired, and the hours that you're coming in and going and stuff like that. So, and I think obviously that like kind of relates back to what you were saying about when you were in this film industry and you would work in those hours. So you've obviously something about you. You're a hard worker naturally anyway, and that's so like it seems like you were well suited to running a business like this and putting the hours in, because you obviously do, but you had a background in doing that anyway. But I was just interested in where your journey started in terms of your creativity. Did you go to uni to do art and things like that, and what were your ambitions when you were studying?
I mean, I did a BTEC in art and design at art college. The idea of that was to be able to skip the foundation year so I could go straight to uni.
But I did that too.
Yeah, it's good, aren't they? It was good fun. You got to try lots of different bits.
We had to go to foundation, that was it.
No, I did a BTEC.
Many years ago. Anyway.
So I really enjoyed that. But I was quite good at painting, oil brush painting and things like that. So everyone was trying to say like, oh, you should do fine art and things. And I was like, yeah, but I mean, kudos to everyone who can make fine artwork, but that's a hard path, I think, to, you know, where would I go with that? And is that really what I want to do?
Of like, I should not choose that because it's not good for my future. Because a lot of the time, how old are you there? Like,
how old
16? Like, at
16,
college?
17, yeah.
You just do whatever the fuck you want. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you're like,
God, that wouldn't even pass my mind at all.
I don't know. I mean, to earn money and things, even when I was at art college and stuff like that, I used to work in a lot of like the care world and things, so a lot of like mental health, and like I worked in one hostel where there was a lot of sort of elderly alcoholics and drug abusers and things like that, so I would go in and help support and do a lot of their washing and different bits and pieces. And I don't know, it kind of, I guess, gives you a perspective on people and life and things. And a lot of my family have worked in care, and I always thought I really enjoyed a lot of aspects of it. And again, weird hours you have to do with that sort of work. And I forgot where I was going with that. Yeah, doing the care
reflection
work. Yeah, reflection on what you want to do and things. And I think because I grew up down south, like in Boscombe and things like that, like it's quite a small town. And I knew I kind of wanted to sort of run out and change and just, I don't know, feel like I could see the world and stuff. So when it got to choosing uni, I thought, well, I'm just not going to go. Because it's a big financial commitment.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you get taxed for the rest of your life for it, really, unless you can earn lots of money. So, but then I remember just sort of like watching some films and programs and things, and I absolutely love my film and TV. And I suddenly thought, oh my God, that's it. Look at all the special effects, and you can apply arts in that way. That is 100% what I love. So I had a couple of weeks to turn around a portfolio. So I just made loads of stuff, photographed it all, ran off to the London College of Fashion and was like, okay, here's my stuff. And luckily, got in. And that was incredible. Like, it was an amazing course. Unfortunately, they're not actually offering the course that I'm doing anymore, which is a real shame. And I wouldn't really look back, but it taught me some amazing skills, and there's no doubt I couldn't necessarily do some of what I do now without having to have some sort of detailed apprenticeship or something like that. It would be quite hard to find. So it definitely helped me out. I wouldn't be able to do the stuff that I do now.
It sounds like, you know, like the transition, you know, with the things that you were saying about having the wherewithal to think about whether you could make a living at a quite young age and stuff. Have you transitioned from being a creative into being a business creative quite easily? Do you find that quite easy, running the business, a successful business, or is that something that you really struggle with?
No, I struggle with the business aspect. I am very good at saying yes. I'm not very good at saying no, and I hate asking for money. So
and that's just an artist thing, isn't it? It's just...
but I am pragmatic. Like I will, you know, we have to be considered about what we're offering and doing and how we can help people. But I definitely still do a lot of charity work and probably don't charge what I should do, because when you really look at the time, if you actually counted the hours, it's a pittance. And I guess that's why if you ever do choose to do anything freelance, you just got to make sure you love what you do, because you're going to be spending a lot of time doing all of it. And there's the unglamorous bits as well. There's the social media, the admin, goodness knows what, everything.
It is hard.
It's a lot. It's not just the stuff you do.
It's not just like, I'm just making stuff. It's
but you are
cleaning and tidying in between and
much other stuff.
But you are good at that other stuff as well, because when you do get a chance to do the social media stuff, like the posts you do are really good. They're very visual. You know, the videos that you make and everything. And then you've recently opened up your new. Like I have, you've taken the advantage of having a unit opposite yours, and you've got it as like a.
It's really nice.
It's beautiful. It's you worked really hard on that as well. But
gorgeous.
You've created it's kind of like a showroom, kind of like a waiting room, consultation room, break room for you. It's like all these things in one, but like it's a really beautiful room, and it really represents what you do really, really well. So you've I think you're just one of these. You're quite an inspiring person, actually, because you've been doing it for like.
I would agree. I would agree so much.
But you've been doing it for 13 years. You can see the effort you've put in, and you can see the talent you've got, not just for what you do, but in all the other elements of it as well, like the interior design work, that you've done in that room. It's stunning, and I thought it was really interesting when you said about the care stuff, because the road for how you get to where you are. There's an element of that in what you're doing now, isn't there? With the art, with kind of care and end of life stuff and the significance and the kind of like how gently you have to approach.
The skills.
There seems like
there.
you can actually when you said you've had that background, it makes a little bit more sense in why you do what you do.
Yeah, it does.
I think.
Yeah.
God, Matt's so good at like
just on it.
Like, whoa, from the outside, pulling it all together in a neat little ribbon. Bam.
I think, I think it is true though. I mean, that's what I always loved about the care work, was just getting to know people's stories and being able to help people. And I do think that for the majority of the casting work, it's the same, when someone comes to you, whether it's the end of life or memorial, you check in, you make sure they've got support, you be there to sort of help hold their hand through the process, and it's a kind of beautiful and special place to be, because you're at a point where, because they've come to you for a service, it's almost like a safe space to talk, if that makes sense.
How do you manage that though, in terms of like your own mental health and your own like well-being? It's quite a lot, and and you have your own home life as well and stuff. It's a lot to take on. How do you manage those kind of things?
Go for a big run.
Nice.
Have some wine. No, I don't know. Some moments are easier to process than others. There's definitely some things that I can't unsee. But I know that I'll have helped in a moment that means so much, and that's what makes it worth it. When you get to see the person at the end, and you go through this journey with them where you've first heard about their loss, they're in immense grief, and you're supporting them, and you almost become friends in a way. In some ways, it's not always like that, because you've got to know the boundaries. Sometimes they get blurred. Yeah. Sometimes I manage them all right. Maybe sometimes I don't. I don't know. But for the most part, it's a beautiful little journey where, when you get to the end and they get to see it and they get to hold, whoever it was again.
That must be
it
magic.
Means a lot. Yeah. Well, even my partner Chris, he started doing a lot of the deliveries, and he was like, I can't actually believe how it's wonderful. I turn up and people are genuinely so happy to see me. Like, God. That's incredible. It kind of gave him an insight of like actually what it means, what I do.
He's nice though, Chris, isn't he?
He's good. He's
nice.
Good.
He's a nice guy.
He's a good man.
Yeah, bless him.
Yeah, bless him. He holds the fort when I'm running off doing crazy things.
He's a star.
No, it's really, really lovely. Like, really, really inspirational, like from all levels, like you say, like
it is.
The amount of work that you put in, but then like the change that you have on people's lives. It's...
The magazines you've been in. How many magazines
there's that as well. The success which you can now reel in. Is that the right word?
Definitely for Instagram, isn't it?
But you have become actually very successful from an outsider's perspective anyway. Looking in, it would seem like you've smashed it, mate. Like,
thank you.
So how is that? Like, how is, in magazines, in, different features and things with big names? I don't know what I'm allowed to say.
Yeah.
On our art podcast.
Well, obviously, I mean.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's good, yeah. I mean, it's always nice, especially the GQ one. That was awesome. It was nice to be like, I've got a 10-page spread in GQ.
Excellent.
But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there'll be some interesting stuff coming out in 2025 as well, but I can't really share a lot of that, so I don't know. I don't know what else to say on that.
No, it's
cool.
It's really cool. I think, but there is a thing around managing success as well, though, right? And like, does there come a point where you're like, I feel as if it's too much, or if it's like, I don't know, like where's next? Like those kind of things. Do those thoughts come in? Like, or just not have time to think about that, really?
Well, there's a balance of time and getting through the Christmas rush.
Got you.
But no, I mean, you always have to review and reflect, because I think that's where people go wrong. I think you even look at the high street, and that's where a lot of shops and businesses go wrong. You think why certain retailers and things are closing down. It's because you kind of have to sort of, you can have a good run, but it won't last. No. You have to take a moment, take stock, reflect on what you're doing, why you're doing it. Are you still staying true to your goals and what it is? All of this is so easy to say and not do.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Like on a day-to-day, like would you use things, like what are your systems for organising and managing that kind of thing? Because sometimes people find that, the nitty-gritty stuff can be really helpful to know, just like down to like what systems you use in terms of your calendar or anything like that. Like how do you manage all that?
Well, I don't know. I'm definitely... My family would be laughing listening to this because for work, I'm super organised and my clients think I'm amazing. At home, they're like, you post stuff for business every day and you can't remember to post a card and different. I'm a bit scatty in my home life, to be honest. I'll forget birthdays and things might come a bit late. Like I'll always do everything, get it done, but it won't necessarily always be on time sometimes.
I'm
for work, exactly impeccable. But I think...
Oh, sorry.
What am I like, Luca? What am I like?
Rachel doesn't write anything down at all.
Reel it all off to Luca.
So then I'm there in my little spreadsheets like, just give me a minute. Whoa, slow down.
Right. I'm just rubbish. I never write anything down.
But it is interesting how you can separate those things, because when you need to you evidently can be very, very organised.
I think there's a limit to how much you can give in life, isn't there? You can give 100% in some areas. That means you can only give 80% in the others. So between income, happy clients, and the kids, everything else just kind of goes, okay. A little bit, to be honest.
Go on.
Sorry,
Matt.
I was because it reminded me a little bit of a conversation that we've had before in the corridor, and talking about like with what you do. So like it's supply and demand really. So like if you want to keep doing what you're doing, you can only do so much of it. You can only work so hard. You can only produce so much. So then it's a case of, well, if people want your products and services, you can put the price up, presumably, to and only the ones who can afford your service. So, for you to be the original, unless you start going out and doing things in a slightly more, like production line kind of way. But for you and your time and for you to do specifically what you do, then I guess you probably start alienating people, and it's a limited service for only people with money and people who can do you have that kind of like challenge with yourself? Does that bother you?
Yeah,
that kind
definitely.
Of thing?
More so now because materials have gone up so much. Some materials I've seen go up over 300%. So that in a few years as well. Like whether it's COVID or Brexit and all of that sort of stuff, I don't know. I'm not as well read on it all, but I've definitely seen the material costs, and I have, you can't fully absorb that. So most people would look at my prices online and consider that it's a crazy amount. But I've also had a friend who's done a similar business, and she's closed down recently because she's not modernised her prices and has been making a loss and things. So it's a hard one because yes, I am definitely running around more, and I probably could increase more, but it's a fine line between making things unaffordable for people who otherwise could just afford it. And these are all sensitive moments as well. So, I don't know. So, you always have to review it and have a look, and I'll be doing that in the new year anyway, just to see where things are at. But I don't know. Otherwise, I just try to sort of throw in and work with charities and stuff to make sure that some people can still get stuff anyway, because I've seen how some people I've worked with in the past who now can't afford stuff. So it's trying to make sure that at least some people can still get stuff.
Bless you.
Yeah, trying to balance that out. It's great though. And I think maybe that's a lot to the difference here between it being a person behind the business, and it be and it's art and it's artistic and it's considerate and it's caring, as opposed to a business that runs primarily for financial gain. Like that's the distinction here, isn't it? And then you're able to allow other people to access it in the ways, the limited ways that you can. Yeah. But then that's the difference, right? Because you're a person with feelings behind it. And then, I mean, obviously you've got to balance that with the need to just be able to pay yourself properly. But it just means that you can make those decisions and have that final say, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's nice to be able to do that, because sometimes there are always case-by-case cases with people where you just go, you need a helping hand, let's just make this happen.
Yeah.
Even recently I did a pendant for someone who unfortunately lost a little one, and we didn't really know how we were going to make the moulds or what we were going to do, so I sort of sent her a kit 'cause she was too far away, and she took some beautiful little moulds, and we managed to miniaturise it into a little necklace. She didn't have much for it, but it covered enough of the cost to sort of make it. So, but I know for her it will mean so much to be able to feel those little prints and they're just protruding out, and that for her to be able to, have that is more than money's worth. But you can't also operate and survive like that either. So it's a balance. But
there is a balance. Very much so.
I'm wondering about where you'd like to take it next, because you talk quite a lot sometimes about how you'd like to do your own stuff. And I think that's where my, the distinction between Angelcasts and Amy came in a little bit, because it's like, what is your stuff? Is this not
what
you?
Is it?
Because you always say that, I wish I could just do my own stuff. And we have exhibitions here and stuff like that. And every time those come around, you say, well, I can put this in, that I've done with another artist, but I'd love to make my own stuff at some point. You always remind me that it's sort of on the back burner. So what is that? What is the difference? Like, what would be your goal if you were to say, like, within the next 5 years, I'd like to have made something for myself? What would it be?
Well, there's a couple of ideas in mind. Some of them I've tried to get funding for, but haven't managed to be successful, unfortunately.
It's a tough world out there.
Tough world,
No, there's one that I'd love to do, and that is just just basically a mass exhibition of lots and lots of different bodies, basically. Lots of different body types of all different backgrounds, people, just for everyone to sort of really see, just how we are and accept ourselves and the skin that we're in for how we are. Because we spend, you look at the effects of like social media and the way that we perceive ourselves, and the algorithms don't help. And, we'll always be like, make jokes about, I don't know, our appearance or our weight or different bits and pieces. Like, I see it so much in conversation. I'm guilty of it as well sometimes. And I think something, that shows, even different age and things like that, just, actually our bodies are incredible machines, and we should celebrate them more, because, if you can get to certain ages with your body still going, that is amazing in itself.
That is so true.
So I would love to just fill a room with just as many different sort of body types and different people. That would be one thing I'd like to do. Other ideas I have, I probably won't say too much, but it would be big. I like big sculpture.
Rachel likes that.
I like big chrome sculpture and bronze and all sorts of things. But, well, I'm going to need double doors.
That's my story.
Well, on the new exhibition space, we're going to have a nice big entry on there. So, and I can see already in the Mill2 gallery all these bodies everywhere. Like,
Gary will be sweating.
Yeah, definitely. Right. Well, Rachel has a question for you now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What are you having for your tea?
Ooh.
I don't know what I'm having tonight.
Go on. Do.
What?
I don't usually, you see, Amy. Like, I don't always know what I'm having for tea. I made what I like to call a Tuscan stew. I don't know why I call it that, really, because it's like, I don't know. Or maybe I mean more of like a Romanian stew. Something that's like a red stew with oil and that, with beans.
Sounds great.
And I'm vegan, so you'd usually fill it with meat, wouldn't you? You know what I'm on about, like one of them
sort of things.
I use like soya chunks that I'm obsessed with. I love them. They're so delicious because they're just taking all of the flavour. So I've got loads of that left to have. It's just like really warming,
right, to be fair,
kind of beanie.
I don't know what we're having. I've got no idea.
I've got katsu curry because I made loads last night because my son absolutely loves it. So I will go home and ping that.
That's all right. Matt, what are you having?
It's Wednesday.
Oh, not again.
It's Wednesday.
I don't know. I don't go home. I went for a curry after the last time we did one.
Yeah.
Because I just went over to Indian Ocean. So
was it all right?
Love it there.
Yeah, it's all right, yeah.
I don't know what we're having. I know Nick's cooking, but I don't know what we're having.
Nice.
I just said I don't want fish.
Well, what do you want?
I don't know.
That was your only instruction.
I don't want fish.
I had fish and chips last night from the chippy.
Did you?
There's one in Shadderton, and it was mega. I don't know what it's called, this chippy.
Oh, is that the Mrs. Hubbard's one? No, that's down.
No, it's another one. But the fish was like this, and it was mega.
Nice chips.
Yeah, it was quality.
This is like, what's that, like 30 centimetres, just for the listener?
She had to bend the end of it over to get it in the cardboard tray thing that she was putting it in.
Nice load of vinegar and salt.
Loads of vinegar, yeah.
Well, what do you want for tea then, Matt?
Yeah, what do you want?
What you know what you want?
I don't know. I might get a kebab.
So you know.
Something like that. Yeah.
I'm not having any wine though tonight. I'm going to be good.
Ah, right.
I've not had any for ages.
Going to be good.
Well, goodies. Right then, well,
thank you,
what's left to do? Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
Yes,
Thanks so much, Amy.
We will
Really
put
great.
it in the show notes. But where can people find you on Instagram and stuff, and your website and things?
Oh right, yeah. So main website is Angelcasts.Angelcasts. Instagram, it's just Angelcasts. Twitter is Angelcasts Help. That's it, really. Type me in and I'll pop up.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Lemon squeezy.
Our Art Podcast is a KUPOD production in association with 1853 Studios and Gallery in Oldham, Greater Manchester. For more information, check out the links in the show notes. This series has been partly funded by Arts Council England.